run and gun this entire time. Watch that back row. Two heavy hitters sitting 7th and 8th on the field, respectively. Pace picking up. Green flag comes out. And we're underway with heat race number 1 for POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League. McIntosh down into the corner on that freshly dressed track. Going to power out to the early race lead. Meanwhile, back behind Holland, a little crossover. Looking down to the inside. We got him in the 3 wide formation down turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. Down into the corner, 97K car. Going to power into the number 3 spot for Jesse Love. Love trying to run down to number 72 Sam Johnson. See you, Sam, working second on the field. Then you got the Hornets' nest of activity back behind with Holland trying to battle down low on the racetrack. Look out, around she goes. Untouched, I believe. That'll bring out the caution flag with 6 laps to go. 2 laps scored into books, but Holland just a little too heavy on the binders down there, I believe. I don't think there was any contact that took place on that little maneuver. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on the broadcast. Way up high, grabbing a little gravity for McIntosh. See you, Sam's got some company as Jesse Love's going to work down to the inside. McIntosh goes to the fence. He was out in the beef barn, I believe, is where about he ended that little run down in turn number 1 and 2, and you can see him use it to his advantage. A lot of velocity coming down the front straightaway. Battle's going to be for the number 4 spot. Down the inside goes the number 50 car, Daniel Adler. Picks up P4, but right back at him comes Camfield in the 17C. They'll go tooth and nail out of turn number 4 and onto the front chute. Adler's got it. Here comes McCarthy. He's trying to sail around the top side. 28 car, ripping and tearing down. Lowe's looking for a little short slider up across the nose of the 17C. Camfield's got to touch the brakes. That'll get Holland down on the inside. 67 car comes to play as well. McIntosh, class of his own out there. 08 car, forget about him. He's got a straightaway advantage over Johnson in the 72 car. Then Love, the 97, runs back behind the 50 car. Daniel Adler kind of shortens up that entrance into turn number 1 and 2, trying to run off some distance. Meanwhile, McCarthy continues to go full goose bozo around this racetrack. Laser down into the corner wide open. That time he kind of tiptoes through the tulips down the inside. That'll get Holland on his heels. And the number 67 car is McIntosh. Takes the checkered flag and puts that one into the books. Johnson will finish out second. And third's going to go to Jesse Love in the 97K car. And heat race number 1's complete just that quick. Little 4 cylinders of fury doing their job around this little bull ring. Again, starting a really good shoe up front. We saw McIntosh waltz away from the field. We'll see if Thomas can repeat the feat. Green flag comes out. Thomas idled his way onto the front straightaway. Instantly 3 wide, tail of the field. Everybody's looking for room to roam. 103 car's going to get shuffled back. Nick Knepper attacks down the inside. Got him doubled up down into the corner. A little shot in the shorts for the number 37 car, Max Guilford. Guilford wasn't quick to come to life. Got blazed up on the tail tank. That's quite the battle for not last at the tail of the field. Meanwhile, up front, Tyler Thomas, as anticipated, is walking away. Dom and his brand new hot rod able to fire himself out of there into the number 3 spots, working on Daniel Robinson, the number 11 down the back straightaway. Dom down low, trying to tiptoe around the bottom. Can't quite get a run on Robinson, the number 11 car. And here comes Brown from the tail of the field, as anticipated, is battling his way into the number 4 spot. Dom's in his sights. Watch the number 17 car deep into turn number 3 and 4. Rolls off that banking and down the front straightaway. Trying to figure out a way to storm the castle on the 5D car. Zach Dom holding down that final podium spot in his heat race. Heat race number 2 of 4, I should add. Brown now's got a little company coming back behind. Brock Fennell's running down in the 103 car. Brock is right there, trailed by about a car length, 2 car lengths down into turn number 3 and 4. And Brock runs her deeper into that end of the racetrack, and everybody's working the rim. Tyler Thomas out front's got her hooked up, hammered down, dangling the donuts on the 91T cars. He rolls out of the corner. That baby is tight and right for the 91T cars. You're here at Howitt's way underneath of us here in the towers. Back behind the number 11 car, Robinson runs second. Dom, Austin, Brown, and this is it. Checker flag comes out for Tyler Thomas. We'll put that one into the books. The song shall remain the same. Robinson, Dom, and Brown, your top 4. Hanel will finish out 5th. Nick Knepper, David Camfield, Max Guilford rounds out the 8 cars in heat race number 2. Now rolls into heat race number 3 of 4. Gets ready to lead the field to the green flag. It comes out. A good run for Newman on the outside. He's going to take the race lead down in turn number 1 and 2, go right to the cushion with the 3N car and drive away from the rest of the field. Cruising out across there, get down the inside of Colwell, the 71 car points leader. Look out, a little slider up across the racetrack, caught him with the back bumper. He couldn't quite get the binders on. He'll throw a slider on Trudson. Trudson was waiting on it. She turns it back to the inside. Great battle for the number 2 spot as they are occupied with each other. And she's looking for a diamond maneuver, trying to get a run to the inside of Colwell. And Colwell says bye-bye to number 71. Got the number 2 spot. Newman got away from him by a straightaway up front while that was all taking place. Here comes Colton Cottle from the tail of the field. Of the Cottle Racing family. Works his way in. I believe a cousin or something of that neck of the woods. Working her down on the inside, kind of humping the hub onto the back straightaway. He's got some company to the outside. The 37 exit Carter Sarf. Sarf working the lip. Out of turn number 4 and down the front. Shooting laps, dwindling away halfway through. 4 in the books, 4 to go. That time by for Newman up front. So far out. He's so far out there, I completely forgot he was here, to be honest with you. He's already down in turn number 1 and 2. We're waiting on Colwell to get here, and there he passes underneath of us. That's the gap. Newman is laid on him, a 2.183 advantage. As the battle for the number 4 spot continues to ensue, and Sarf has got it away from Cottle. It's Colton down the inside, can't hold him off. Freight train has started on the outside. Here comes the number 9 car, Dason Persley on through. He'll pick off Cottle. Cottle's got to get off the bottom. No place to be with the white flag coming out. Gave up 2 spots there in that last lap around. He's got to get him back in this final one. Now he goes to the top shelf. Checkered flag comes out for Newman up front. Colwell's going to go second, and a big old gap back to the number 3 spot, and that is Trudson. And the 5T car had her right to the wall there with that right rear tire. She kind of scuffed it off coming down through there. We'll put that one into the books. Carter Sarr finishes 4th. Dason Persley, the number 9 car from the tail of the field, to the number 5 spot. Colton Cottle, Ryan Mueller, and Danny Fry is how we stack them up. Front stretch here for tonight's 30-lap feature event for the POWRi Lucas Oil National Midget League. Brace yourself. Lights down around the racetrack. We're going green out of turn number 4. McIntosh going to light them off. Charges out there, but Newman's going to be the first one in turn number 1 and 2. Everybody trying to go into that middle part of the racetrack. A little contact and almost chaos as Dom got shuffled out wide. That'll light his fire, too. The last time we were here, he got a little bit lit. The corner goes Thomas into the number 2 spot. McIntosh back to 3rd. Top 3 car, a little bit of a breakaway from the number 71 car, Jesse Colwell. He's going to work the rim out onto the front straightaway. Single him out into fence post formation up front. McCarthy, big wheelie down the front straightaway. 28 car slides his way around Dom. He'll pick up a position. He went from 17th to 3rd last visit to Belle-Clair Speedway, and he's got a much better start this time for the Teleport Tornado. Battle's going to be back in the field. Right there around Dom. McCarthy, another one on Brown down into the corner. 28 cars checked them up. Almost stacked them up. They went into a 3-wide full flap formation. Caution flags coming out for Brown. He stalled the car. 17 had to get on the binders hard down 10. He'll pour to the infield. We're staying green flag around the racetrack. So something awry for Brown. That's a tough break right there. The battle's going to be back around Dom yet again. The number 50 car trying to fight his way out of the horde for Daniel Adler. Adler working her off the top shelf. Down the front straightaway. McCarthy's weaseled his way up through into P7 on the field for the number 28 car. And he'll tire his way down into the corner and pick up 6th as now the caution flag comes out. 2 cars pull the infield. We'll stack us back up with 24 laps remaining. Field tighten up behind him. Got a little bit of a slow pace down in turn number 3 and 4. He'll punch the throttle. Right about there, you get a little shot in the shorts to assist him on his way out. Tyler Thomas. Thomas trying to guess it. And unfortunately, it might cost him a spot. Here comes McIntosh. Can't dig her up into the number 2 spot. He'll fall back into 3rd on the field. Colwell follows along in the number 71 car, top 4, and then a side-by-side battle. Hang on to it. A little slip of the grip for the number 11 car down the corner, and that's going to cost Robinson a ton. He'll give up 2 spots on that deal and slow down the back straightaway. Caution flag going to come out for Newman, your race leader. Somebody blew out his candles. He goes to a halt in the 3N car, and that's a tough break for Jake Newman. He'll give up the lead to Tyler Thomas with that caution. With 23 laps, we scored 1 into the books that time. As a POWRi push truck makes its way out there. We'll see where Newman's going. So Newman did not make his left-hand turn into the infield area. They're taking him around for another lap. Now makes the left-hand turn, so tough break for Newman in the 3N car. So Tyler Thomas now on the point in the 91T car. Collinsville, Oklahoma runner. He'll bring the field back to life. Want to go from the starter stand. We're quickly going back to green. 23 laps remaining, 7 scored into books. Thomas a little bit quicker down into 3 and 4 to bring this one back to life. Cannon McIntosh will try to get a jump on him. And Thomas, look at that thing come out of the corner nice and straight. Good dig for the 91T car. Pulls out by 2 car lengths down into turn number 1 and 2. The battle will be back behind. Ricocheting around the top shelf. Man, caught my eye. Brock Cannell in the 103 car trying to make something happen. He's way down to the bottom of the racetrack that time at turn number 3 and 4. That battle deeper in the field. Down into the corner he goes. He'll skip his way through the top. Right up to the back bumper of the number 5 car, Zach Dahm. That attack down into turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Might be a man on the move in the 103 car before it's all said and done. Jason Persley's down inside. Keep a little company. We've got a little bit of a curve down the corner. And caution flag comes out for one stop. Down at turn number 3 and 4, and that'll stack us back up again. Unfortunately, a 37 car coming to a halt down at that end of the racetrack. So Max Guilford will bring out the caution with now 21 laps to go. We got 2 in the books that time. We're good. Knepper up to 11. Good start, tight to the wall and onto the front straightaway. A little skittering takes place back behind. A slip of the grip, 3 wide. Here comes Ace McCarthy down on the inside. A challenge on Sam Johnson down into the corner. And Ace takes her up across. Johnson can't get her turned back to the inside. A little contact. The one goes around down to turn number 3 and 4. Zach Dahm facing into oncoming traffic. Caution flag comes out. We got 20 laps remaining. Maybe we are going to do it one at a time. Got a pretty good steed underneath him for the 91T car. Might be able to work it through the field. We're going to find out. That time he goes top shelf in the 91T. And bye-bye. My goodness gracious. Shot out of the cannon. Speaking of which, he's running into number 2 spot for McIntosh. Down in turn number 3 and 4. They're going right to the lip. All the way around and down the front straightaway. A lot of speed all the way back to the back where Jason Persley's trying to make a move on Nick Knepper. Knepper coming back at him down into the corner. Slides out wide. A little bit of lane left to the outside. They almost came together out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Everybody going to hammer on the top side of the racetrack. Forging new territory down on the inside for the number 67, Holly Holland, trying to make something happen. She'll dig around the bottom at turn number 1 and 2. Saw that was going nowhere. She's just too fast on the top shelf. We got a spinner down in the corner, and caution flag comes out. Well, biscuits. Jesse Love around down in the corner. Was running 18th. Now will be scored 24th. Try her again. Thomas liked that top shelf the last time. It just pulls 3 car lengths on him instantly as the old Toyota comes to life underneath the hood. McIntosh will follow him around into footsteps along with Colwell. The 71 car battle back behind. Here comes Hanell down on the inside. He'll challenge for position. The 103 car working right through the middle of the racetrack. Not going to make it happen. And Barry barely found his way back into the line behind the number 11 car, Daniel Robinson. Little cross and a drop. Here comes Holly Holland on the charge. Picks off 1 spot for Holland. She's going to give it right back, and she caught the lip, and she stops. That'll stack him up down turn number 4. That little bump and a rump she got out of Zach Dahm kickstarted her car, but she had shut it off. It was stalled out of turn number 4, and if Dahm wouldn't have punched her, she'd still be sitting there. So Dahm kickstarted her. He ended up stalling. He collected the car back behind him, and that in the form of the number 86 car. And you're not going to believe this, but we're under caution again. See if he can do it again. He's done her every time so far. It's like he's got a sneaky Pete nitrous system underneath the hood. Look at that. Just bye-bye. Rips her down into the corner. Here comes the number 11, Robinson, down low. A little slide job's not going to get one away from McCarthy. McCarthy able to rifle back through it. Here comes Jason Persley. Slide job up across the racetrack for the 9 car. Robinson trying to get that one spot back. He will do so. Down in the corner, Dason lays another one on him, and here comes the run out of Robinson. That's a great battle taking place as Brock Cannell enters the fray, and Nick Knepper now arrives in the number 55 car. 4-car battle for position on the number 11 car, and that's 6th on the field. Your top 5 have gotten away as they are occupied with each other, and Nick Knepper is tiptoeing through the tulips of the number 55, and he's picking them off down low as they battle up high. Look out! Bicycled up off the curb, and Knepper now a victim. Nick had to get on the binders hard. He shut the steed down right there and stalls it beyond the 103 of Brock Cannell, who had the undercarriage of his race car displayed for the world to see. Speaking of horsepower, we're getting ready to kick these babies loose. Tyler Thomas on the throttle and on the whip. Down the front straightaway, we're back underway. 12 laps to go. Here comes the battle for the number 4 spot now. Robinson down low, occupies the attention of McCarthy, and Hunnell was off the wall. Holy smoke, that'll toot the stink whistle. He had the right side of that car up on the wall on the back straightaway, and you could look down into the cockpit. He's going to do it again, unfazed and unfettered in the 903 car. He just runs it full goose bozo down into the corner on the top side of the racetrack. Meanwhile, here comes the run at Sam Johnson out of the number 71 car. Colwell Johnson crosses her back down. He'll take that one away. McCarthy duking it out with Robinson, the number 11 car, back behind. While up front, the top 2 cars able to get away from the battles. Top shelf, bad pass, slide job out of Colwell. Here comes Johnson, easily back down the inside. You got to wait on it and then attack. And Hunnell will throw a slider of his own down in and catch the wall, ricochet off, and now goes to work on McCarthy in the 28 car. 2-car battle up front. Johnson trying to keep it out of the vert on the outside. Colwell almost didn't get her turned back down low, and here comes Hunnell down to the inside of the number 11 car. That 5-car cluster is absolutely incredible. It's like the Joey Chilwood Thrill Show down at turn number 1 and 2. Finally, they line it out and go top shelf with all those cars. Meanwhile, Holly Holland coming to play in the number 67 car. That battle back for 3rd through, well, whatever, about 10th. If you look at the field, a couple of them trying to hump the hump down on the inside. Andy Fry starting to reel them in. He is patiently working the inside of the racetrack at the number 5 car. Meanwhile, your race leaders in the lap traffic. Tyler Thomas has rolled into a rolling roadblock that lies just ahead, and that'll allow McIntosh to close down on the inside of the 08 car. Checkered flag comes out, and it's too late. Boom, baby. That one was over quick. Meanwhile, live timing didn't advance at all. Not sure what happened with the timing there. I'd love to give you the finish on that one, but it is stalled on the old race monitor app. But I can tell you Tyler Thomas won, and Cannon McIntosh finished out 2nd on the field. From there on back, it gets a little squirrely for me. So you have to wait for the official finish from POWRi.
You had your hands full out there. It looked like the restart was your territory. That was where you were playing the mind games and everything. You had a fast hot rod here tonight. Can you tell me about the feature and who makes this possible for you, bud?
Yeah, I mean, we had a really awesome race car all night. We're always pretty good here. This place really just kind of suits my style. You know, I really like tight bull rings that get slick to the wall like that, so it doesn't get much more fun than that. But my dad did a hell of a job setting this thing up tonight. I can't really think of 1 or 2 screws we turned all night. It was that good. So, yeah, thank you, Spike Chassis, Speedway Engine Development, Toyota, you know, Rod and Supply, Advanced Races Suspensions, Angler Machine and Tool. Without all those guys, this wouldn't be possible. So, and thank you, Air Group, as well. So, pretty fun. Hopefully we can do 2 in a row tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. That sounds like a plan, buddy. Again, your feature winner, car number 91T out of Collinsville, Oklahoma, Tyler Thomas. Picked up a heat race win earlier in the night. 2nd place. You can't hang your head too low about that. The 08 Cannon McIntosh, you were on a rail here tonight, buddy. The car looked like it was feeling good. Looked like restarts kind of got the better of you.
Yeah, we've been needing a good finish recently, and it's good to come out here and finish 2nd. You know, Tyler's restarts are really good, and it'd help if we could run about 5 laps in a row, but you know, he'd get a good start, and then we get 2 laps in and get a caution. So just really not too much I could do, but just happy with the run, and congrats to Tyler.
All right, who makes this hot rod so fast for you, buddy?
I want to thank my dad, Toyota, you know, Cody Cordell, Brendan Wisely. There's just so many helping parts of this team, and I couldn't do it without them.
All right, remember the name, race fans. Car number 08, Cannon McIntosh. And rounding out our podium, car number 71, Jesse Caldwell. A great points night here for you tonight. A solid podium finish. Can you tell me about the race and some of the sponsors, man?
Yeah, I mean, the race was fun. It's a lot of fun to just go and everything, but I mean, there wasn't a lot of passing or anything going on the last few laps. Me and Sam raced pretty good after I messed up and got into the wall.
Yeah, you hit the berm a little bit too hard there in turns number 1 and 2, but you gathered it up. You figured it out. Who's some of the sponsors, man?
KKM, Keith, Toyota, Mobile One, JBL Audio.
All the names on the side.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, rounding out the podium, it's car number 71 out of Red Bluff, California, Jesse Caldwell.